When we last left off at the end of the offseason video, I had 32 players on this roster. I now have 75 players on this roster, so let's start to go over some of those. In free agency, we added quarterback Baker Mayfield, and then the NFL draft, I had the number 1 overall pick. We traded back to number 4 to pick up a few extra picks, including another first round pick for this season, but we still managed to land quarterback Nick Samuel. Now, these two will compete for the starting job, but the third string job is up for grabs between mentor veteran quarterback Andy Dalton and then 2 undrafted quarterbacks, Doug Thompson out of Iowa and Chris Blanton out of South Carolina. Off screen, I was able to add running back Rashad Penny to the room. I will not guarantee that he will even make the roster this year, but I also brought in 3 undrafted free agents, Johnny Watkins out of Pittsburgh, Josh Jackson out of Alabama, and Daniel Hayward out of South Dakota. I also signed undrafted free agent fullback Taylor White out of Miami. Now, generally, I don't keep a fullback on the roster, and if we do keep a fullback this year, it would obviously take the place of one of the running backs, and if we need to, he could actually probably line up as a power back because he does have a decent trucking stat of 74. Wide receiver might be the position group I am most excited for this season. Mike Williams and Curtis Samuel were both added in free agency. I was able to bring back A.T. Perry off recording because no one was signing him, so he was just sitting in free agency. We still have Tylan Wallace, and then we drafted wide receiver Nick Givens. I then brought in 3 undrafted receivers in Drew Blackman out of Wisconsin, Lamar Sweeney out of Penn State, Marion Browning out of North Carolina, and then I brought back Michael Woods. At tight end, we will most likely be using Braden Willis as our number 1 tight end. He played pretty well last year, but I also brought in Jonnu Smith, and then an undrafted rookie in Donovan Johnson, and another undrafted rookie in Jerry Brooks. Now, the interesting part with Jerry Brooks is he has a superstar dev trait. I have never seen an undrafted rookie with a superstar dev trait, so I was really excited to find him. At left tackle, we have Isaiah Wynn as a 79 overall. We also have Eric Fisher as a 71, and then an undrafted rookie in James Soriano as a 66 overall. At left guard, we have Damian Lewis at a 79, Chuma Edoga, I probably butchered his name, as a 70, and then undrafted rookie Jared Hoover at a 66 overall. At center, we have Lloyd Cushenberry at a 74, and Dawson Deaton at a 67. Right guard's an 81 overall Robert Hunt and a 72 overall Michael Schofield. And then at right tackle, we have Terrence Steele as an 80 overall, and then 2 undrafted rookies, John Powell as a 65 and Justin Bullocks as a 61. Ogbanya Okoronkwo will most likely be our starting left end, but I also brought in undrafted free agent Casey Hawkins out of LSU. And then at right end, we have Yannick Ngakoue. I was able to re-sign Jalen Redmond, and then also brought in an undrafted rookie and Nick Waters. At defensive tackle, we have Jordan Phillips, Perion Winfrey, and Kevin Givens. We then have 3 undrafted free agents in Tevin Dudley, Terrence Saunders, and Dell Howard. I was actually considering drafting Saunders during the draft, so I'm glad I didn't because he is only a 62 overall, but I was glad to find Dudley, who is a 66 overall. At left outside linebacker, I brought in Anthony Barr to compete for the starting job with Ronnie Perkins. Now, Perkins was mostly an edge rusher last season. I actually lined him up at right end, I believe, most of the year. We'll see if that's what I end up doing again. But past Ronnie Perkins, I also brought in Jabril Cox, who was a 67 overall. Right outside linebacker is honestly a little bit concerning, and I may use Perion Winfrey over here a little bit because Sterling Weatherford is our best one at a 66 overall. We then have our 4th round pick in Colt Clinton at a 65. He does have a hidden dev trait, but he is not a very high rating. We'll see how much playing time he actually gets. And then we also brought in undrafted free agent Mitch Weatherspoon as a 64 overall. At middle linebacker, we have DeMarco Jackson and Bumper Pool, who are both a 67 overall. We then brought in undrafted free agent Nick Williams and Cortez Oldham. They are a 65 and a 64 overall. Corner is definitely a position I added a lot to during the offseason video. If you did not watch that, I drafted 4 corners trying to build up our secondary a little bit. I also added Alontae Taylor off screen, but then we have Devon Woodbury, Will Thomas, Drew Parker, and Jermaine Johnson, but I also brought in undrafted free agent Lindsey Dawkins. Over at free safety, we have James Wiggins as a 68 overall, but I also brought in 2 undrafted free agents here, Paul Burris out of New Mexico and Lance Sampson out of Montana. They are both a 66 overall, and we'll get to see both of them most likely in the preseason a little bit. They actually both come in with better zone coverage than Wiggins. At strong safety, there is Darnell Savage, a guy we brought in free agency. will most likely be the starter. I also found Delarian Turner-Yell, a former Sooner, in free agency, so you guys know I had to bring him in to give him a chance. But I also found Andrew Jordan, an undrafted free agent, a 62 overall, but he comes in already with 70 zone coverage, and he also comes in with a star dev trait. So this is the second guy I found that doesn't have a normal dev trait that was an undrafted free agent. Our kicker will be Christopher Dunn, and our punter will be Michael Turk. No change from season 1 there. Like I said in the end of the offseason video, I went through and did most of the training camp drills. The only ones I didn't do were chase and tackle, and I tried to do that one, but every time I got my multiplier up, my running back would just stiff arm me to the ground and completely murder the multiplier. So I just got frustrated with that one. I don't really like doing that one. I also didn't do the DV red zone defense because I'm terrible at it, and I'm not going to sit here for hours upon hours trying to do it. And then I tried the coffin corner thing. I'm just not good at it. It wasn't really that fun to me, but I did every other drill. And because I was pretty stubborn and got gold in all of the drills that I actually did, we have a few upgrade points to get to here. Perrion Winfrey actually has 2 upgrade points here, so he's going to get +2 to block shedding and 1 to tackle. And then we're going to go right back to run stopper and get another upgrade point for him up to a 75 overall. And he gets +3 to awareness, 1 to block shedding, 1 to hit power, and 2 to tackle. Our brand new wide receiver 1, Mike Williams, gets an upgrade. He gets +1 to medium route, 2 to release, 1 to short route, 1 to spectacular catching, and 1 to stiff arm. Then we have running back Kendre Miller, who gets +1 to ball carrier vision, 2 to change of direction, and 1 to juke move. Braden Willis will end up with +2 awareness, 1 to catch in traffic, 2 to medium route, and 1 to stiff arm. Our kicker, Christopher Dunn, will get +2 to accuracy and 1 to kick power. Well, it doesn't want to load anything here, but defensive back Will Thomas, who was one of our draft picks, gets +3 to man coverage and +1 to play rec. Then Baker Mayfield gets +1 to throw accuracy deep, mid, and short. And quarterback Nick Samuel gets +2 to throw accuracy deep, 1 to throw power, and now an ability slot. We obviously don't know what his dev trait is yet, but that means it's at least a superstar. I will be completely honest about the fact that it is probably going to take a lot for Baker Mayfield to actually start over Nick Samuel, just because Samuel needs to play in order to develop. That's how Madden works. He gets way more experience if he's actually playing, so we can get him a lot better faster. But last season our quarterback did get injured, so it doesn't hurt to have a decent backup quarterback. I don't know how much of the preseason we're actually going to watch. I would love to watch the starters for a bit, but I also don't want to leave guys like Mike Williams and Curtis Samuel in the games too long. But let's go ahead and jump into our first preseason game of Season 2. We will get to see Nick Samuel in the offense first. I have left in all of the starters for right now, so we will get to have Mike Williams and Curtis Samuel as we begin this game. Let's see what our rookie quarterback has in store for us. He's going to start by lining up under center from the 26-yard line. Kendre Miller is the running back. They give it to Miller right at the middle, and he'll get brought down for just a gain of a couple yards. Now we have a 2nd and 8. Samuel back in shotgun. He'll drop back to pass. And Samuel's going to throw downfield, and there is nobody there. Well, let's see if you can avoid the 3-and-out, Samuel, from the 29-yard line. Out of shotgun, he'll drop back to pass. He fires deep downfield. That's caught for the first down. Isaiah Wynn is already injured. And I honestly could not even tell who made that catch, but it does keep our drive alive. 1st and 10 from the 44. Out of a 5-wide set, Samuel will drop back. Now he's going downfield again for another first down. That one's going to be to Puka Williams. A 5-yard carry from Kendre Miller on the next play brings up a 2nd and 5. He's back in shotgun. Samuel will take the snap, fakes it to Puka Williams, now throws downfield and has the first down, I believe, to Tylan Wallace. I don't know if it's just me, but his throwing motion looks a little funny in this game. But either way, 1st and 10 from the 30. Samuel will fire over the middle, and that one's going to be incomplete. Once again, that one was intended actually for Curtis Samuel. I thought it was going to be Tylan Wallace for a second. Now 2nd and 10. He drops back to pass, and now he's under pressure, and he'll throw this one away. A couple incomplete passes later, and it is 3rd and 10. Samuel out of shotgun will fake it to Kendre Miller. Now looking to go downfield. He throws on the run to the end zone, and that is a wide open Tylan Wallace touchdown, Oklahoma City. I don't know how, but both Jets defenders overran both of the receivers. That looked like either Samuel or Wallace could have caught that one. The Jets now send out Aaron Rodgers in their starting offense from the 25-yard line. We'll see where he starts this drive. He'll take the snap and look to pass. He fires downfield. That will be caught for the first down. He'll take the snap and drop back to pass again. He fires over the middle, and that'll be caught for another first down. McCole Hardman yet again. It only takes 2 plays, and they're now in Bison territory. From the 48-yard line, Rodgers out of shotgun will drop back to pass. He fires over the middle, and that is going to be incomplete. Knocked out of his receiver's hands by Anthony Barr. He'll take the snap and drop back to pass again. And he throws downfield. That'll be caught, and that'll be a first down for the Jets down the sideline, brought down to the 30-yard line. A 3-yard run from Dalvin Cook brings up a 2nd and 7. Now Rodgers lines up under center, hands off to Dalvin Cook again, and he is hit in the backfield that time. And now Garrett Wilson is injured for the Jets. And that is why I really don't like having starters play in the preseason all that much. 3rd and 9. Rodgers out of a 5-wide set. Will throw downfield, and that one will be incomplete. That was actually an inaccurate pass. They will send out their kicker for about a 45 or a 46-yard field goal to try to make it 7-3 here in the first quarter. The kick is away, and this one will be good. Well, I have pulled both Mike Williams and Curtis Samuel, so now he's got backup receivers in there. Let's see what he does with this. It's a throw to the outside that is caught, I believe, by Rashad Penny, but now Lloyd Cushenberry, our center, is injured. I really can't afford to put in the entire backup offensive line because I don't want to have my new quarterback die. But now 2nd and 10 from the 25. A quick throw downfield will be intercepted by Sauce Gardner. Tried to force one to A.T. Perry, and that did not work out. A few plays into the Jets' drive, it is 3rd and 4 from the Bison 8. Rodgers is back in shotgun. He'll take the snap and look to pass. A quick throw over the middle, caught for the first down, and more into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. All right, let's give Nick Samuel one more drive at least. 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Samuel back in shotgun, will drop back to pass. A quick throw downfield will fall incomplete. I believe that was in and out of the hands of A.T. Perry. You can't really fault Samuel too much for these drives because he is going against Sauce Gardner with backup receivers now. From the 24, Samuel will drop back to pass. He goes downfield and finds a wide open Braden Willis for the first down. Now a 1st and 10 from the 41. Samuel out of shotgun, a play fake, a toss to the outside, caught by Tylan Wallace, and he goes out of bounds for a 6-yard gain. Samuel lines up under center on the next play. From the 47, it's a handoff to Kendre Miller, up the middle for the first down. Now in Jets territory. Samuel lines up under center. Kendre Miller is the running back. From the 48-yard line, it's a play fake to Miller. Now Samuel going downfield for the first down. That is going to be A.T. Perry to the 32. Samuel comes back now in a 5-wide set for the new set of downs. About 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. He takes the snap and gets picked off, throwing over the middle. That was not a very accurate ball. We would begin this drive with a 1-yard run. Now Baker Mayfield in at quarterback on 2nd and 9. He'll take the snap and fire over the middle. That'll be caught for the first down. That catch was actually made by rookie Nick Givens, but now we're in the second quarter. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Baker will take the snap, a quick throw downfield. That'll be caught by Givens again, and he gets to the 37 this time. An incomplete pass leads to a 3rd and 2 from the 37-yard line. Baker takes a stab, it's a handoff up the middle, and Watkins will have the first down and more all the way to the 25-yard line. On the next play, the undrafted back would get another 2-yard gain. That brings up a 2nd and 8. Baker out of shotgun. A quick throw downfield is caught, and that is a first down. That time it was the undrafted free agent Drew Blackman. Baker back in shotgun from the 12. He'll take the snap, and this one's going to be a handoff, and I believe that's Rashad Penny up the middle, and he'll fight his way down to the 9. Baker back in shotgun on 2nd down. He'll take the snap, and he throws downfield. That'll be caught and knocked out of his receiver's hands. I believe that was actually intended for the undrafted tight end. Now Baker comes out with a 5-wide set on 3rd and 6. He'll take the snap and looks to pass. Dropping farther back, he finally throws to the end zone. That is caught in the back corner, and that is Nick Givens with his 3rd reception on the drive. I would say right now Nick Givens is looking like he was definitely worth that 6th round pick. The Jets would get a field goal on their next drive, making it 14-13, but now the Bison face a 3rd and 1. Baker from under center. It's going to be a handoff to Watkins up the middle, and he has the first down. Baker Mayfield in shotgun. He'll take the snap and looks to pass. He's going to throw this one to the end zone. That is deflected out of the air. He was intending that one for Johnny Watkins. Now 3rd and 9 from the 27-yard line. He will send Watkins out wide. So now Baker is the only one in the backfield here. He'll take the snap and look to pass. Standing in the pocket, dropping farther back, under pressure, and he's going to get sacked on the play. We will send out Christopher Dunn for a 53-yard field goal here with about a minute to go in the first half. The snap, the hold, the kick is away from Dunn, and this one will be, I believe, no good. I've put in one of the undrafted quarterbacks. This is Doug Thompson on his 2nd drive here, and it's going to be a handoff to the running back for an easy first down. That was Daniel Hayward for an 18-yard run. We may not get to see a lot of Andy Dalton in the preseason. He may never touch the field. The competition between the undrafted quarterbacks is to pretty much see who's going to be my practice squad guy, as Hayward gets another good run. That brings up a 2nd and 2. Thompson lines up under center. He'll take the snap. It's the handoff to Hayward again, and this time he will fight for the first down. All right, this guy may find his way as my power back. Now Thompson back in shotgun from the 48. He'll take the snap and looks to pass again. He's under pressure, steps up, throws on the run downfield, and finds Givens all the way down to the 28-yard line. Nick Givens with 6 catches for 56 yards so far. Now Thompson on a play action will throw downfield again, and that time overthrows his man. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Thompson back in the backfield with 2 running backs. He'll throw down the sideline. That one will be caught down to the 10-yard line. Is that Givens again? It sure as hell is. A couple plays later, it is 3rd and 9 from the 10-yard line. He's back in shotgun again. Hayward is the running back. Thompson will take the snap. It's a screen to the outside. It's caught by Hayward. He cuts upfield and will try to fight his way downfield, but gets brought down at the 3, and now James Soriano is injured. Instead of going forward here on 4th and 3, we will use Christopher Dunn for a 20-yard attempt, and this kick should be good. As we start the 4th quarter now, quarterback Chris Blanton will come in from the 33-yard line out of shotgun. He'll drop back to pass, and on the first throw, he's going to go to the outside and completely miss a man. Now on 2nd and 10, Blanton lines up under center. He'll take the snap and they give it to the running back. He goes up the middle. He'll bounce it to the outside. I believe this is Josh Jackson breaking tackles and gets another first down run. These undrafted rookies are making a huge impact today. Obviously, maybe not like game-changing impact, but a lot bigger than I thought they were going to. Now on 1st and 10, a quick throw downfield will be caught for about a gain of 6 yards, and that is going to be the undrafted tight end. Eventually, I will learn all of their names. That is Jerry Brooks. Now on 2nd and 4. He'll take the snap and look to pass again. A quick throw to the outside will be caught for the first down, and that one's going to be Nick Givens. A 2-yard run followed by a false start penalty brings up a 2nd and 13. Blanton under heavy pressure rolls out to the outside. He's going to try to run but gets sacked on the play. That sets up a 3rd and 17 for the Bison. Blanton comes back in a 5-wide set here. He'll take the snap and look to pass downfield. He'll roll out to the outside. He's going to throw on the run downfield. That'll be caught along the sideline for the first down, and that is Drew Blackman to the 26-yard line. A couple incomplete passes later, it is 3rd and 10. Blanton back in shotgun. Will take the snap, and it's a handoff. That's going to be Rashad Penny, and he'll get brought down about the 21. That will once again send out kicker Christopher Dunn. This one for about a 38-yard field goal to put us up 20-13. The kick is away, and it is good. The Jets would go 3 and out, so now Blanton comes back on the field. It is 3rd and 6 for the Bison. From the 48-yard line, Blanton will drop back to pass. He throws over the middle and gets intercepted, hit a Jets linebacker perfectly. Let's watch our defense for the first time in a bit. It's 1st and 10 from the 47. Wilson out of shotgun will take the snap, stand back in the pocket, now throw to the outside. That is caught, and he goes out of bounds. That brings up a 2nd and 4 now. 7 minutes to play in the game. Wilson back in shotgun will take the snap and hand off to the running back. He has the first down and more, and that's going to be Breece Hall to the 32. Getting Breece Hall against our backup defense isn't exactly ideal. Now Wilson out of shotgun will drop back to pass. He fires over the middle, and that'll be caught for about an 8-yard gain. Kevin Dudley, one of the undrafted free agents, was injured on that play. Now 2nd and 2. He'll take the snap and look to pass. A quick throw over the middle, caught for the easy first down, and he'll get popped down about the 15. An incomplete pass would set up a 2nd and 10. Wilson lines up under center. Breece Hall is the running back. It's a handoff to Hall up the middle, and he is going nowhere on that play. Now it's a 3rd and 9. Wilson from under center. Hands off to Breece Hall to the outside. He'll break that tackle, get the first down, and walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. They have tied this one up at 20. I said I didn't know how much of the preseason we were going to watch, and following this game, we may not watch much more because this is a lot for a preseason game that I'm showing. And now a handoff up the middle, and that is going to be Jackson for a first down run here, a gain of 12 on the play. Now Bland comes back out under center, 4:45 to play. He'll take the snap and they go right back to Jackson. And Jackson to the outside will get brought down for about an 8-yard run that time. I honestly don't know how I'm going to find room for all of these running backs that are playing this well. 2nd and 2, he lines up under center. It's another handoff to Jackson, and this time he is hit in the backfield. He comes back in shotgun from the 42-yard line. He'll take the snap, a quick throw downfield. That'll fall incomplete, intended for Givens. The defense, however, would force a 3 and out in simulation, so we are still tied at 20 with 2:13 to play. Blanton from under center will take the snap. It's a handoff to Jackson. Jackson to the outside will get brought down for a 3-yard run that time. A 2nd and 7 now. He comes back in shotgun from the 39-yard line. Blanton will take the snap. It's a screen to the outside. That's caught by Jackson. He has blockers in front of him and ends up with the first down. They actually rule he did not have the first, so now it's 3rd and 1. Planting back in shotgun. That is Rashad Penny at running back. That's where they go with it, and Penny will get the first down for Oklahoma City. We are getting real close to the end of regulation here. 1:14 to play. From the 46-yard line, Blanton back in shotgun. Will take the snap and looks to pass. And he's going to fire to the outside. That'll be caught and immediately dropped by the running back. Now a 2nd and 10. Blanton back in shotgun from the 46-yard line. 1:06 to play here. He'll take the snap. A quick throw downfield will be caught, and that is, I believe, going to be the undrafted tight end. Never mind, that's Drew Blackman. That leads to a 3rd and 5. Under a minute to play now. Blanton back in shotgun. He'll take the snap and drop back to pass. He rolls out to the outside. He's just going to take off, and Blanton has the first down and is brought out of the 35-yard line, and we will burn a timeout. Never mind, the Jets burn a timeout. 38 seconds to play. Blanton from under center will send a man in motion. Take the snap. It's a handoff to Jackson up the middle, and Jackson breaking tackles will get a first down run. The Jets burn a 2nd timeout. 34 seconds to play. Blanton from under center will take the snap. It's another handoff to Jackson, and Jackson this time will fight down to about the 17. Oklahoma City will send out their kicker for about a 34-yard field goal. With 11 seconds to go, Dunn kicks it away, and this one should be good. Wilson has one play from shotgun. He'll drop back to pass. Rolls out to the outside, trying to buy some time. And Wilson throws on the run, and that's just going to fall incomplete, and Oklahoma City will get out of here with a win. Well, there was some good in this game, and there was some bad in this game. Baker Mayfield looked pretty solid. Nick Samuel looked really good on that touchdown drive, but then threw 2 pretty bad interceptions. Quarterback Nick Samuel finished with a QBR of 65.1, goes 8 of 14 for 105, 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions. Baker Mayfield, 112.6 in QBR, 7 for 11, 72 yards and a touchdown. And then the other 2 guys didn't exactly look great. And Blanton managed to throw an interception. His QBR is 19.4. He did not look very good. Running the ball, Josh Jackson, 9 for 54, 6 yards a carry. Daniel Hayward got 6.8 yards a carry. That decision at running back is going to be pretty tough. And then receiving, Nick Givens, 8 for 80 and a touchdown. I don't know where that came from, but I'm glad I took him in the 6th round. And then Tylan Wallace, 3 for 45 and a touchdown. On defense, Sterling Weatherford led the team in tackles along with Alontae Taylor. We got 2 sacks on the day, 1 from Tevin Dudley, but then he got injured, and 1 from Yannick Ngakoue. We got no interceptions though. And of course, our brand new left tackle Isaiah Wynn has a dislocated hip and will miss the next 5 weeks. I'm not real sure why he got a random upgrade point when I came to week 2, but Devon Woodbury gets +3 to man coverage and +1 to play rec. For the second preseason game, I think we're actually going to give Baker the starting nod, and we'll see how he does with the starters. We saw what Samuel did. He threw a touchdown and a couple interceptions. We will give Baker 1 drive with the actual starters like Mike Williams and Curtis Samuel. Before we jump into the game though, we have a couple upgrade points. The first one to Braden Willis, who gets +1 to acceleration, break tackle, catching traffic, deep route, 2 to medium route, 1 to pass block finesse, 1 to run block finesse, and 1 to short route. Then we have another upgrade for defensive back Will Thomas. He gets +2 to awareness and 2 to man coverage. Baker in the offense will take the field first here at the 25-yard line. He's back in shotgun. Kendre Miller is the running back. Baker will drop back and throw downfield and completely misses man. Hopefully that's not a sign of things to come today. 2nd and 10. Baker back in shotgun again. Puka Williams is the running back. He'll drop back to pass this time. And Baker will fire downfield. That'll be close to the marker. That's Tylan Wallace for a 9-yard gain. Baker back in shotgun at the 34-yard line. He'll take the snap, and a quick throw to the outside will be incomplete. Missed a wide open Mike Williams. We now jump to the second quarter where Baker Mayfield could not score any points in the first quarter. So now in comes quarterback Nick Samuel. And we'll start with a handoff to Kendre Miller. That's going to go nowhere. Mike Williams and Curtis Samuel have both been pulled from the game, so he is using mostly backup receivers here. 2nd and 12. Samuel will take the snap, and a quick throw downfield caught by A.T. Perry will bring up a 3rd and 7. Can Samuel convert on this play? From the 23-yard line, Puka Williams is the running back. Samuel will take the snap and stand back in the pocket. He throws downfield, and that should have been a pass to Braden Willis, but it was knocked out of the air. On the Bisons' next drive, though, Samuel has gotten us into scoring range. We are inside the 30-yard line. Samuel will take the snap and a quick throw to the outside, caught by Puka Williams, and he'll get brought down pretty quickly. That leads to a 3rd and 6. Samuel back in shotgun. Puka Williams is the running back still. From the 29-yard line, he'll send Puka out wide, so now Samuel is the only one in the backfield. He'll take the snap and look to pass, dropping further back, and now finally throws this one away. And it appears we'll see kicker Christopher Dunn again. This kick is away, and this one should be good, making it 14-3. And in simulation, we actually get a turnover. Jabril Cox has picked off Anthony Richardson. So now let's see if Nick Samuel can run a 2-minute drill. We have 1 minute and 32 seconds in the half and all 3 timeouts from their own 24-yard line. A quick throw downfield caught by Wallace, and that'll be an 8-yard gain. The clock is still running. Samuel back in shotgun. He'll send Kendre Miller out wide. From the 32-yard line, he'll take the snap and a quick throw to the outside, and that'll fall incomplete, knocked out of A.T. Perry's hands. Now a 3rd and 2 from a 5-wide set. Samuel back in shotgun, all alone in the backfield. Will take the snap, and he throws it deep downfield, and that one will be incomplete. I believe that was intended for Puka Williams. We now jump to the 4th quarter. The entire 3rd quarter, Doug Thompson was in at quarterback but could never find the end zone. He did manage a field goal drive once, but now on 3rd and 4, Chris Blanton's in the game, and he's going to fire downfield, and that's caught for the first down to the 11-yard line. And that catch was Marion Browning. Now back in shotgun. Blanton to the end zone will be caught, and that is going to be the undrafted tight end, Jerry Brooks, in the end zone. The defense would force a 3-and-out, but now we face a possible 3-and-out of our own. 3rd and 6 with under 6 minutes to play. Blanton out of shotgun, will roll out to the outside, and Blanton's going to take off. He has the first down and more, brought down near the 40. A couple plays later, it is 3rd and 6 at the 37-yard line. Blanton out of a 5-wide set will take the snap. He's going to fire deep over the middle, and that's a diving almost reception, but it leads to a 4th down. And we'll line up to go for it. Blanton comes back in a shotgun formation. I believe Watkins is the running back. He'll drop back to pass. He fires over the middle, and that is caught for the first down, and that is going to be number 89, which is Marion Browning. A couple plays following that, it is 3rd and 11 from the 24-yard line. Blanton lines up under center. He'll take the snap. It's a handoff up the middle to Watkins, and Watkins will fight his way forward to about the 19. That brings up a 4th and 5. We need this conversion to stay alive. Blanton back in shotgun. Rashad Penny is the running back. He'll send Penny out wide. Blanton obviously fighting to become one of our 3rd or 4th string quarterback possibly. He'll take the snap, stand in the pocket. He fires to the end zone. That one will be incomplete. He almost fit that through traffic. I honestly did not think the defense would get us the ball back, but with 1 minute 34 to go, we have 2 timeouts remaining. Blanton from shotgun will drop back and go deep over the middle. That'll be caught by, I believe, Givens for the first down. That gets us to the Colts 42. The clock is still running. Blanton will take the snap. Another quick throw downfield and another reception down to the 23 this time. I believe that catch was once again Nick Givens, but the next play would be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 with 1 minute and 1 second to go. It's a handoff to Watkins up the middle, and he'll get brought down to the 22. The clock is still running. 50 seconds to go. We have 2 timeouts. Blanton will drop back to pass under heavy pressure. Rolling out to the outside. Now Blanton's going to take off across the 20, and he fumbles the ball, but luckily it goes out of bounds. 41 seconds to go. Blanton back in shotgun from the 13-yard line. He'll take the snap and roll out to the outside. He's going to throw on the run to the back of the end zone. That is incomplete. That leads to a 2nd and 10. 36 seconds to go here in the game. Blanton out of shotgun. Runs the play action. And now Blanton to the end zone, and that's going to be tipped and falls incomplete. Now just 31 seconds to play in the game. Blanton from shotgun will drop back to pass. And he's under pressure. Hit, fumbles the ball. And can we dive back on top of it? No, we can't. The Colts will pick it up and most likely have a defensive touchdown, and that is how this game is going to end. Chris Blanton cannot pull it off for a 2nd straight week. Well, neither one of our starting quarterbacks looked good in this game. I know we did not watch a lot from either, but neither one of them led a touchdown drive, which is kind of concerning. The final stats for Nick Samuel, he went 5 of 10 for 48 yards. Baker Mayfield only threw 4 passes, but only completed 1 of them for 9 yards. Doug Thompson went 5 of 6 for 51 yards. Blanton 7 of 17 for 101 and a touchdown. Running the ball, we did not have as many standouts as we did the last game. Johnny Watkins 8 carries for 20 yards. And then receiving, Marion Browning 5 for 69. But Jerry Brooks came in and caught a touchdown, which was nice to see. Over on defense, who led the team in tackles? That'll be Sterling Weatherford for the 2nd game in a row. And we got no sacks. We did get 1 interception though from Jabril Cox. Following that game, quarterback Nick Samuel does get an upgrade point and gets +2 to throw accuracy deep and 1 to throw accuracy short. Going into the final preseason game, if I had to pick a starter right now, it's going to be Nick Samuel, just because of the hidden dev trade and the possibility that he could become a much better quarterback than what Baker Mayfield is right now. but we are going to make that decision after this game. Nick Samuel will get the start, but we'll see both players with all of the starters. The wide receiver mentorship was for Mike Williams talking about A.T. Perry, and Perry will receive +2 to catch in traffic. The training camp standout is defensive tackle Perrion Winfrey, and he just received +5 to block shedding now. Tight end Jerry Brooks does get an upgrade this week, and he gets +2 to catch in traffic, 1 to catching, run block power, 2 to short route, and 1 to spectacular catching. Quarterback Nick Samuel in the offense will start this game, and they began with a 2-yard run from Kendre Miller, so now it's 2nd and 8 from the 27. And he'll throw this one over the middle off the back of a Broncos defender. I noticed earlier whenever it showed his tendency, it said he was an aggressive player. So maybe he's aggressive in trying to force passes. 3rd and 8 now. Samuel will drop back. He's dropping farther back, and finally will throw it to the outside, and that'll be incomplete. A 3 and out. Luckily, our defense also forces a 3 and out, and after the punt, we take over at the Broncos 48. Back in shotgun. Samuel drop backs a pass. He throws to the outside. That'll be caught for a gain of about 3 yards. Samuel lines up under center now from the 45-yard line. Kendre Miller is the running back. Samuel drop backs a pass though. He throws to the outside. That is caught, and that'll be a 1st down, and all the way to the 36-yard line is going to be Brooks. I don't know why I cannot remember his name in the moment, but it's Jerry Brooks. Now on 1st and 10, he will go over the middle, and that is going to be Braden Willis for a gain of about 4 yards. Nick Samuel back in shotgun from the 31-yard line. He'll take the snap and looks a pass. He throws this one to the outside. That's caught by Curtis Samuel for the 1st down. Never mind, that's actually Tylan Wallace. I'm probably going to confuse them a bit this season considering they both have single-digit numbers. But now 1st and 10 from the 24. A quick throw to the outside will be caught by Mike Williams down to the 18. Samuel lines up under center on 2nd and 4. With Kendre Miller as the running back. He's apparently calling some sort of audible now. Samuel will drop back to pass, and he throws over the middle. That'll be caught by Wallace, who has the 1st down to about the 11-yard line. Nick Samuel back in shotgun will drop back to pass again. And this time he's going to the end zone into traffic, and that's incomplete. It does kind of scare me how often he likes to try to force passes through everybody. Now 2nd and 10. Back in shotgun again. Samuel will take the snap, and he throws to the outside. That's caught by Willis, and he's going to be ruled out of bounds. So that leads to a 3rd and 10. Samuel back in shotgun. Kendre Miller is the running back again. He'll take the snap and looks to pass again. It's going to be a screen to the outside, caught by Kendre Miller, and he will get all the way down to about the 5-yard line, but we should settle for a field goal. Down back to kick, and the kick is away, and it is good. We have a 3-0 lead. We're going to give each quarterback 3 drives with the offense, so Nick Samuel comes back out for his final drive tonight. From the 19-yard line, it's going to be a handoff to Puka Williams, who has some great blocking and the 1st down, and jukes his way down to about the 33. But now Lloyd Cushenberry, our starting center, is injured. 1st and 10. He lines up under center now. He takes the snap and gives it to Kendre Miller right up the middle, and Miller will get about an 8-yard gain that time. I think we need to really just rely on the running backs this season while we try to develop quarterback Nick Samuel or Baker Mayfield, whichever one it may be. But now with play action, he's under pressure, and he's going to get sacked on the play all the way back at the 29. That leads to a 3rd and 13. Is this how Nick Samuel's going to go out of the preseason? He takes the snap, and he's going to throw deep downfield. That one will be incomplete, and that'll be the last pass from Nick Samuel we see this preseason. And now Baker Mayfield will get to start the 2nd quarter. We are tied at 3. He comes back in shotgun. Baker will take the snap. It's a handoff to Puka Williams, and he will turn that into about a 2 or 3-yard gain. That leads to a 2nd and 7. Baker comes out under center. Kendre Miller is the running back from the 28-yard line. He sends a man in motion. It's a fake to him, and now a handoff to Miller, and that's going to be a gain of maybe a couple yards. 3rd and 6. Baker back in shotgun from the 29-yard line. Kendre Miller is the running back. Baker will look to pass, dropping farther back. Now he's under pressure, gets rid of it the last second, and will punt the ball away. Time for Baker's 2nd drive today. We are now down 10-3. He starts at the 25. It's going to be a fake to Kendre Miller. Now Baker will lob it deep downfield. That one will be caught along the sideline, and that is going to be Tylan Wallace to the 39-yard line. Well, that was a very beautiful play to watch. Now 1st and 10. Baker lines up under center. Kendre Miller is the running back. Sends A.T. Perry in motion. It's a handoff to Miller. Up the middle, and that's only a 1-yard play. Now a 2nd and 9. Baker back in shotgun from the 37. He'll take the snap and look to pass. Dropping further back, now goes over the middle, and there is nobody there to catch that one. I don't know who that was intended for. He fired that pretty much perfectly in between 2 different receivers, so now a 3rd and 9. Baker back in shotgun. Will drop back to pass. He's under heavy pressure, and he's going to get sacked on the play all the way back to the 50. Well, in case you want to know how the defense is doing, Javonte Williams just broke a 99-yard touchdown run in simulation, so that's awesome. This will be the final drive of the preseason that we watch. Baker starts at the 25-yard line with a 5-wide set. He fires downfield, caught by Braden Willis, and that's a 6-yard gain. We come back out in shotgun. Baker with Puka Williams in the backfield will take the snap and look to pass again. He fires downfield. That'll be incomplete. That actually found the intended target, but it was knocked out of his hands. So now it's a 3rd and 4. Baker lines up under center. Kendre Miller is the running back. Baker drops back to pass, looking to convert here. He's under pressure, and that is how Baker Mayfield will go out on the preseason. The final preseason game of the year was never even close. Final score today is 41-13. We will see how the other backup quarterbacks played. Quarterback Chris Blanton went 5 of 8 for 81 yards. Baker Mayfield 3 of 6 for 63. Nick Samuels 7 of 12 for 42. And Doug Thompson 6 of 13 for 40 yards. Running the ball does not look like anyone did much. Rashad Penny did find the end zone once. Receiving, Tylan Wallace had a pretty good day, 7 for 101. Easily the best receiver out on the field, apparently after Mike Williams and Curtis Samuel left. The most tackles goes to Jordan Phillips. The most sacks goes to nobody because we got 0, and we also got no interceptions. Wide receiver Tylan Wallace does earn an upgrade after the game, +1 to catch in traffic, catching short route and stiff arm, and then +2 to spectacular catching. Now we have to make 22 roster moves. I don't think this season I'm going to be trading anybody, probably just all cuts and moving to practice squad. My decision on our practice squad quarterback will be Chris Blanton. I feel like he played pretty well. Also, he can run the ball if we absolutely ever needed him to come in if shit absolutely hit the fan. So quarterback Doug Thompson does not make the roster. In the first preseason game, when we watched a lot of it, I really liked pretty much every running back that came in, but we are going to have to make some roster moves here. I really would only like to carry 3 running backs if we're going to keep the fullback, so that's also something I have to decide here. So I believe the move is going to be to move Johnny Watkins over to the practice squad, and then we're going to cut Daniel Hayward and Josh Jackson. I know they both look pretty solid during their game, but I'm not too concerned about losing these guys. So that does mean that for right now, fullback Taylor White will stay on the team. Now, every other team around the league is also making cuts right now, so if I find anyone in free agency or another practice squad that I think can help this team more than Taylor White can right now, he will probably not make it past that. We currently have 9 wide receivers on the roster, and I don't think Michael Woods is going to make much of an impact, so we're going to go ahead and cut him. So that's the first move I'm making here. Nick Givens looked really good. Drew Blackman actually looked really solid in what little bit of time he got. Marion Browning looked solid as well. Lamar Sweeney really did not. So we're going to cut him. And then I think Browning's actually going to go to the practice squad here. So that leaves us with, I believe, 6 receivers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is what I'm perfectly fine with. Well, one thing I didn't notice is that tight end Donovan Johnson is also a star dev trait player. And considering that, we're just going to go ahead and cut tight end Jonnu Smith. I really want to get Jerry Brooks on the field a lot more. Smith was just brought in pretty much as a camp body, so we're going to go ahead and cut him. On the offensive line, we're going to move right tackle Justin Bullocks over to the practice squad. Now, finally, on the defensive side of the ball, we're going to do the same thing with defensive end Nick Waters. We're going to move him to the practice squad. Now, I generally like to carry 4 defensive tackles, so obviously we're going to keep Perrion Winfrey, Jordan Phillips, and Kevin Givens. I think we're actually going to end up keeping Dudley over the other 2. We're going to move both of these guys over to the practice squad as well. One more player going to the practice squad is middle linebacker Cortez Oldham. At corner, we have 8 people on the roster right now. We're obviously going to keep Michael Davis and Avonte Maddox. I would love to keep Alontae Taylor. We're going to keep Woodbury and Drew Parker. Will Thomas is a hidden depth trait, so obviously he's staying. But Lindsey Dawkins will be getting moved to the practice squad along with defensive back Jermaine Johnson. At free safety, I'd like to keep all 3 of these guys, but I don't really think I will be able to. And I think Lance Sampson is going to be the one to get cut because he only has a 57 tackle rating. I would also really like to keep all 3 of these strong safeties, especially Delarian Turner-Yell. But for right now, we're going to move him to the practice squad just because Andrew Jordan has the star dev trait. We still have 4 more roster moves to make, so I'm going back over the roster, and left guard Jared Hoover will also be going to the practice squad. He did manage to make an interception in simulation, but I don't really think we have the space to keep Jabril Cox on the roster. Sterling Weatherford did lead the team in tackles a couple of the preseason games that I know of, but looking at his tackle rating of a 70, that's lower than Weatherspoon and Colt Clinton, so I think we're going to go ahead and cut Sterling Weatherford. Well, as much as it sucks, I've gone through the roster a few times, and Taylor White, we do not have this space to actually keep you on the team. We need one more player to get cut to get down to 53, and it will be fullback Taylor White. Like I said in the beginning of the video, it was going to take a lot for me to start Baker over Nick Samuel, so Nick Samuel will be our starting quarterback in week 1, and hopefully you guys are excited for that.